It is extremely common as you approach retirement to start thinking about working one more year. You stress out about your numbers. You say working one more year is going to allow me to pad my cash reserves, my investment reserves, pay off the house, whatever. Okay. It's always going to make more sense to work another year. Okay. Let me break the news to you. Every single person goes through this mindset and decision of one more year. Okay. So, what I want to do today is let's put some um, software to use to give numbers on probability of success with three different scenarios. One is retire in a year. Number two is retire right now. And number three is work a part-time job making, let's say $24,000 a year is the scenario I use for the next 4 years. So working 4 more years, but very part-time in something that you love doing, something you'd enjoy at a pace you enjoy with plenty of time off. Okay, so we're going to take a look at those scenarios. So first, I'm going to review the basic plan. So I'm going to share my window here. This is a similar plan, exact same plan really, that I showed in an earlier video. You got Joe and Lisa, not this Joe, not that Lisa in the other room. 60 and 57 years old, $108,000 of income, plan to retire in a year, no debt. $1 million in assets, 4% of that is $40,000 for reference. There's the income of Social Security, taken at 70 and 67. Okay, 4%, taking their income plus 4%, it's 102,000, just for eyeball and see what their income should be once they start drawing Social Security. Expenses, $5,500 a month. That counts go-go spending of $1,000 a month for the till age 75, and then back in the go-go spending goes down to slow-go spending of $500 a month. One-time expenses in there, got 4 Roth conversions, got long-term health care in there, funded from savings in the home, no plan, no insurance, but the plan. And then health care at $1,000 a month. So pretty decent looking plan that they have. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, I don't want to do that. Sorry about that. I'm going to maximize this. I'm going to stop sharing this. Sorry, this is going to be a little clunky here for you. I got to get better. Okay, so I'm looking at New Retirement now, which is a software package that I use. Here I got 3 scenarios, and I'm calling the retire in 1 year the base plan. Okay. So in it, I have a 97% probability of success. And we walked through this in a previous video, but you can see the $1 million in assets or in 4 accounts. This is, brokerage and high interest savings account. And then most of it's in 800,000 in this IRA 401k bucket. You got income section, so there's Social Security, there's the working the one job in here till November of next year. Everything's in here. Just trust me, everything's in here. Expenses $4,500 a month. That's plus the go-go spending of 1,000 is what they're going to spend, start spending. So that is baseline spending. And then I've got another scenario for, let's say, retire 1 year earlier. And you'll notice, let's see, the thing updates. Come on, update for me, sir. Yeah, drops down from 97 to 83, which may cause you to panic a little bit, but hold on. I've got some things for you to see. And everything else is the same. All I did was just modify when they were retiring and had to, move up the go-go spending a little bit to reflect 1 more year of spending. So went from 97 to 83 and 4 years part-time. Got another scenario there. That's 93%. So that's not too bad. Well, let's take a look at these in comparison. Okay, compare those three scenarios, type of comparison. Okay, we want to compare this one to this one to this one. So this puts them all right here together. My picture's in the way for me looking at it. Okay, so here's, and I apologize for the order. You got the baseline plan right here. There's working a part-time job and there's retiring 1 year earlier. So 93, 97, 83% probability of success using Monte Carlo. You know, this 4% drop for retiring now and going to part-time is very, very interesting and something you should seriously consider. Part-time, a lot of free time. You know, and just earning $24,000 a year. So you can put in whatever dollar figure you want inside the software. But take a look at net worth at retirement age, 1.4 versus 1.5, you know, and 1.4, let's say, versus 1.5, $100,000 less going into retirement. Bigger difference at the end, retiring 1 year earlier, you know, 800,000. That ended up being quite big, but we haven't been able to tweak it yet. So let's take a look at that here in a second. You know, just, you know, lifetime cash flow, lifetime taxes, debt. Oh, there's no debt in this scenario. But one of the things I want to draw your attention to is this is using average assumptions for returns. Okay. Now I'll show you this in a second, but the returns were between 5% was pessimistic and optimistic I put in as 7%. Okay, so this is a pretty low return. So average would be 6% return on really those stock kind of investments that this person has. But you just click that to optimistic, which is 7%, going from 6% to 7%. I want you to take a look at these numbers. They're all 99%. So if you're an optimistic person and you feel pretty good about, you know, investing in the stock market in this scenario, you got a 99% probability, whatever you do, retire now, retire later. Now you got difference of money, you know, net worth at end of the plan, you know, when you die, both of you die, 9.5 million here and only 8.5 here and 9 there. So you got a difference of money, but you retired a year earlier or you retired working, you know, part-time. Just really putting numbers to the emotion of retiring now, working part-time, right? Versus retiring a year from now. So I'm going to go back to average. I am going to, let's see, I'm going to go back to new retirement here. And I'm going to show you where the investments, just so you don't have to trust me, you can like see what I have in here. So let's look at this, this IRA. I've got this IRA making pessimistic of 5%, optimistic of 7%. So when I use average, that's just 6%. So 1% of return, greater return going to optimistic makes that kind of an impact. Okay. Now, full disclosure, that also impacts the inflation rate. The inflation rate that I have put in, so I have a 2% inflation linked with optimistic. So a lot of moving parts here. This is not, believe me, this is not as complicated as I'm making it sound here. When you're creating your plan, you just walk through these tabs over here. It's very, very basic. I've been using this for 3 years. But interesting, the comparison. So I want to go in and tweak the 1 year one. Okay, retire 1 year earlier. Let's do something fun. Let's go into income and let's say we have one windfall. Okay, now this is not in the other plans, but say, you know, realistically, hey, I have 2 parents right now. They're in their high 80s. They're probably not going to be here in 10 years, unfortunately. But good chance I'll end up, I mean, on a low side, I'm going to end up getting $100,000. And I'm making up these numbers, but say most people don't put this in a retirement plan. It's just kind of like a windfall that comes in. But let's go ahead and put that windfall in. I've got it in as $1 right now. Let's just put that in as $100,000. Let's see what happens to this plan. Everything else is the same, okay? Everything else is exactly the same. So we're going to go back to, I don't want to do that. I want to go back to the overview. That took this to 93%. Remember, it was 83, okay? 83. So as we just put in that one windfall, our comparison of our 4 plans goes to, drum roll, goes to 93% for part-time job. That didn't change. 97% for retiring a year. 93% retiring 1 year earlier. So just that one, putting that one windfall that you really think is going to happen makes it just a 4% difference in the plans. Is that year worth it to you for 4% probability of success? And interest rates that you're going to the market's going to make that negligible. Okay. So interesting, very interesting. So I'm going to do one more thing. Okay. I am going to take out, I'm going to go back to that windfall and take it out. Let's just take it out totally. So it's gone. So there's no more windfall. But let's go into, and this is how you got to tweak things. There's trade-offs to everything you do. But let's go into expenses. Let's go into long-term care. And right now we're set up with, hey, we're going to use our money for long-term, whatever assets we got or a house. This is home equity. This one's house, me and my wife. Let's say that only one of us needs long-term care. Only one of us. So do your research on long-term care. I chose not to buy insurance, but say only one of us needs long-term care. So I'm going to take this person and says they will not use any kind of long-term care, just for one. Okay. The other person is. Okay. Let's go back to the plan. Retiring 1 year earlier takes it to 93% probability of success. Same impact as the $100,000. Okay. So going back and comparing, I'll just do it again for you folks. Compare scenarios. Compare all these scenarios. Now I tweaked the 1 year earlier. As you know, I tweaked it 2 ways. I added a $100,000 windfall from an inheritance. And in this one, I said, only one person's probably going to need long-term care. And the probability of success, 93, 97, 93. The 1 year, again, is just 4% different. To me, you know, that 1 year, you have to decide whether that's worth it. And keep in mind, that's probably going to be your healthiest year and the only year you're probably guaranteed. You know, there's no guarantees in life and how long you're going to live, no guarantees in the market. But what is my healthiest year, my first year of retirement? You know, in this example, retiring at 60 versus 62, what's that worth to you? I'm telling you, there's a lot of 85-year-olds that would trade an awful lot for one more year in their 60s. So let's see if I covered everything. 4, 5. Hey, I have. So I am going to, I'm just super fast jumping around screens. So I think I stopped recording there. So improving the plan with confidence. With confidence. It's easy to go in and tweak things, but to do it with confidence. Is it likely that I'm going to get $100,000? In inheritance, only you can answer that. What's the probability of somebody doing long-term care? And this is just 2 examples. With 100 people, there's 100 different things that can be done to improve the plan. I don't feel either one of those are high risk in my situation. Last thing I'll say, folks, when you're doing a retirement plan, have somebody check it out. Don't go it alone. There's mistakes you can make, especially if you're using Excel, using a software package like New Retirement that I recommend. Again, 2 free weeks. If you hit the link below, you get 2 free weeks. I'm demonstrating it for you, but 2 free weeks. Use my link, folks, to get that and see if you like it. Don't go it alone. I've got an arrangement with some guys at Pickle. It's the second link below. They are working with me and I'm advertising for them to give you 45 minutes free to talk with a financial advisor. So if you put together a plan in new retirement, want to talk to a CFP about gaining confidence about when to take Social Security, when to retire, should you work part-time, should you buy an annuity, talk to these guys. It's free. You don't pay, put your credit card down anywhere. You click on the button and it says, I want to meet Wednesday at 5 o'clock. You say that. You say Wednesday at 5 o'clock, I'm going to talk to somebody on timing of Social Security. Give some detail there. They'll match you up with one of 16 professionals that have been pre-screened to talk to you for free. Okay. Yes, there's going to be a sales pitch at the very end. Okay. But they're going to try to gain your trust. You decide to not go with them, just say, hey, I'll let you know, or no, I'm not interested at this time. So folks, don't go it alone. Comprehensive software package gives me great confidence to retire, not only to retire, but to spend in retirement. Okay. It's another big change you got to go through is starting to spend that nest egg. It's a big deal. Okay. Got any questions? Let me know in the comments. This is Joe out.